Good morning, class. This is the video that I just talked about in our previous class regarding this coming Wednesday. All right. You said that'll be Wednesday the 10th, March 10th. So I want you to pay attention, please. We want to review a few things that we already saw in our previous class. So let's go and start sharing screen, okay? So we can get into this. All right. This is our guide number 1. And we're going to see about our next video regarding gerunds and infinitives, all right? We want to see it one more time, just as a review, so you can get clear idea about what we're talking about. Remember, we are talking about present perfect sentences. Also, we're going to review a few things more that we saw in our guide number 1, all right? So let's go and watch.
This is Everyday Grammar. I'm Tahe.
And I'm Lucia. Today we're going to introduce gerunds and infinitives.
Hey, Lucia, I missed the meeting this morning. Did we discuss to change the vacation policy?
You mean, did we discuss changing the vacation policy?
Well, what's the difference?
That's a tough question. Basically, some verbs are followed by gerunds. Gerunds are the ing form of a verb. They function like nouns.
I suggest going to the beach. So, what's an infinitive?
Infinitive is the true form of a verb.
I want to go to the beach. Well, how do I know when to use a gerund and when to use an infinitive?
Well, it's complicated. Basically, some verbs are followed only by gerunds.
I suggest studying English.
Other verbs are only followed by infinitives. I want to dance. And some verbs can be followed by gerunds and infinitives.
I like to run. I like running.
As you can see here, there is not a recipe or a key to find out when to use gerunds and or infinitives. So we can do it by memory, practicing and reading, okay, as a way of talking as well, okay? So to make sure that we have this clear, remember, we can either speak including infinitives with the preposition to, or with the gerund, which is the ing form. Okay. All right. So let's keep going on this
Wow,
video.
that seems pretty complicated. Is there a system for deciding when to use gerund and when to use an infinitive?
There are some rules, but they're very technical. It's probably easier to just memorize the most common verb combinations. Check out the list on our website, learningenglish.voanews.com.
Okay. So we will stop sharing this for a moment and come back to our class. As you can see, the only way to use this and know the difference or know how to use or when to use infinitives or gerunds, we need to practice, okay? That's the only way. We're going to go ahead and review our second video here, okay? So we can get this thing clear, all right? And let's erase this here. Okay, here it is. So we'll go to our second guide and we'll see a continuation of our next guide, which talks about present perfect continuous. All right. So let's go and watch this. I'll be explaining a little bit more, okay, with the video. All right.
Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Last class we talked about present perfect, and in this class we talk about present perfect continuous. Before I start, like this class, present perfect continuous uses the same structure of present perfect, but we add a verb with ing. Present perfect. What have you done? Past future. Present perfect continuous. What have you been doing? With present perfect continuous, we always use the verb be. In participle, being, plus a verb with ing. Example, I've been recording a lot of classes. I have been recording a lot of classes.
Okay, as we can see here in this sentence, okay, he put as an example, I have been recording a lot of classes. All right, remember when we do or we write a perfect present sentence, we include our pronoun, the verb have or has, okay, and our past participle verb, okay, plus the complement, all right, to end up with the whole sentence. But in this case, because we are talking about present perfect continuous, we need to add to the verb, to the past participle verb, the ing. So then we have to include, because it is a present perfect continuous, the verb to be in past participle, okay? In our regular verb, we are giving the action to the sentence, okay? It will be a regular present tense verb plus ing, like this one. I have been recording a lot of classes. Yo he estado grabando muchas clases, okay? If I have to, if I need to use just present perfect, I will be saying, I have recorded a lot of classes, okay? Or that's a present perfect tense, okay? In a sentence. Now, if we use the past tense, simple past tense, I'll be saying, I recorded a lot of classes. So that's the difference. Remember, past tense, I recorded a lot of classes. Present perfect, okay, sentence, I have recorded a lot of classes. But now, if we need to use a present perfect continuous, we're going to say, I have been recording a lot of classes. Let's continue with this, okay?
A lot of classes. She has been traveling a lot. You have been studying our classes every day. We use present perfect continuous to talk about things that started in the past and are still present, but things that are ongoing activity. We use present perfect continuous to talk about things that you have been doing these days. Example, where have you been going? What have you been doing? We have been studying a lot. You have been talking in English. Now, please, I would like you to comment 3 examples using present perfect continuous.
Remember this, when we talk about present perfect continuous, this is a statement that we did in the past, okay, or been doing in the past and continue doing for a period of time, okay? We don't know it's up to this day, up to today, but it began in the past and is being continued doing it or going on this until a certain date, okay? Remember this, okay? All the present perfect sentences or present perfect continuous are sentences that we use in the past, okay? But in the not determined time, okay? It is an indefinite time, all right? In past tense, we use it as something that we use when when we use something and we talk about something in the past as a past tense, simply like that, okay? It is something that already passed. We haven't done it again and again. It's just we did it and that's it, okay? Let's continue with this video, right?
I have been, I have been, I have been, and you need it. Remember, have been plus verb with ing. This is present perfect continuous. Comment your answers here. Share this class with your friends and VVIP at tuaprendesola.com if you want certificate recognized by Georgetown University. Thank you very much. I'm Felipe G. See you next class. Since there's this, for, in.
Okay, we will finish with this video. And now we are going to our guide number 3, okay? Remember, every guide that you can check again as many times as you want, okay? Because you already have a copy of this. You can reinforce your study because the incoming test that we need to do next week, we will begin with our exams or tests, okay? From the end of the unit 1. So remember, okay, always revise your notes, okay? Check on your book as well. Remember, as a reference, we have here and already written how many pages that we need to study. Remember, in our guide 1, we went to see what it was page 4, okay? From page 4, from page 4, sorry, to page 6. Second guide or guide number 2, remember that we saw what is page 16, right? And the guide number 4, we studied, which was from page 27 up to 32. Also, remember, as you can see here, okay, in our last guide, you can see that we use page 34, but as a reference to our last exercise, we couldn't check to make our graphic organizer, okay, our page 36, okay? And now, let's get back to our guide number 3. We're going to speak or see a video about participial adjectives. Don't forget about this word, okay? How to do it, how to pronounce it, okay, and how to write. Let's go ahead and watch this. Okay, remember that we saw the sign, okay? And we're going to begin with this video, all right?
Welcome. We are Grammar 911. Hi, my name is Lily. You're learning about particular Japanese. Your Japanese and people with name or a name or a name or name or but why do we have to use them? An adjective ends with E is used to describe the way a person feels, while an adjective ends with ing is used to describe someone's personality, a place, an event, and an experience.
We can use as an example, okay, what we saw first, okay? let's go back a little bit and I will describe what she's trying to say here, okay? Let's see. All right. As you can see, we're going to use and choose this verb, okay? Which is in past tense, bored, okay? Which in reality means the same, okay, as boring. Boring is the word bored, okay, or aburrido, okay, but with ing, aburriendo. But when we express a feeling, we use, okay, we use this part, okay, this verb, bored, okay. But when it's a situation that we are living in, okay, we can use boring, all right, which it will means the same, it will mean the same, okay, as we use it in a sentence. For example, I am bored. Yo estoy aburrido. Okay. But if we use this word for a situation, okay, or a place, I can say this place is boring. Okay. And if we translate this, for example, I'm bored. Yo estoy aburrido. Or this is boring. Okay. This is boring. Esto es aburrido. It probably will mean the same, but it's applied in a different situation, okay? So let's go and check one more time, okay? Same as amaze, amazing.
An adjective ends with E is used to describe the way a person feels.
See, this is feelings.
Adjective ends with ing is used to describe someone's personality, a place, an event, and an occasion.
This applies to what I was saying.
They are static. They mean so exciting. Excellent. Good done. Yippee. Very great job today. Thank you so much for learning with me. See you again next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, with this we finish, okay, our guide number 3, all right? And we were talking about which we're using as participial adjectives, okay? So don't forget, we can double check, okay? Here are some more exercises for you. Remember, you have to check on your guides, okay? Just to study and review all the things that we saw in the previous days, okay? So let's go ahead now and check our final video, right? Which is talking about gerunds and infinitives, okay? So let's go ahead, click on the link. We will watch about, okay, this is not it, okay? We will change this, omit this, watch the TV, okay? We are talking about future perfect, okay?
Finish actions before 1 moment in the future. Practice. Tomorrow we will fly at 9 o'clock. So at 9:30 we will have taken off. We won't have been delayed. By 10:30 the plane will have flown past Britain. But it won't have arrived to America. At 11 o'clock, she will have served drinks. She won't have served lunch. At 1 o'clock, I will have met a passenger. But I won't have met the pilot. By 3 o'clock, you will have felt turbulence. You won't have enjoyed that. By 5 o'clock, they will have slept a little. They won't have slept a lot. By 7 o'clock, he will have landed at the airport. He won't have landed in the park.
As you can read here and see as well, okay, they are using the future or the future perfect, okay, in an affirmative way, right, or affirmative form, negative form, okay, and we will see something as an interrogative form, okay. Will they have arrived at 7 a.m.? Okay, that will be a question, okay. Remember, we need to include our auxiliary will, okay, to form a future perfect sentence, all right? If we need to use, okay, a future perfect continuous, we can add to the our main verb, okay, ing, as we just the same way we did with our present perfect continuous, right? Only thing is that we will include the auxiliary will verb. Okay, let's continue to see this, right? As you can see, he's moving the auxiliary will at the beginning because he's going to make a question. Okay.
At 9:30, will we have taken off? Yes, we will. By 10:30, will the plane have arrived to America? No, it won't. At 11 o'clock, will she have served drinks? Yes, she will. At 1 o'clock, will I have met the pilot? No, I won't. By 3 o'clock, will you have felt turbulence? Yes, you will. At 5 o'clock, will they have slept a lot? No, they won't. By 7 o'clock, will he have landed at the airport? Yes, he will. Taken off, delayed, lowered, arrived, served, met, felt, enjoyed, slept, landed. Future perfect.
Okay. We will get back here to our guide, all right? And remember, okay, this is what we need to learn here, and what we are learning here, okay, is a way to communicate with one another, okay? There's nothing really hard to understand. It is just the same way we speak Spanish, we speak English, okay? We need to use, and we use all these terms as a present perfect continuous, future perfect, but those are the names, okay? Grammatically speaking, right? To mention or to get to know how, when we use it and how to use it, okay? And how, okay? Well, mainly, okay? How to pronounce it and communicate ourselves, right? The same way it is when we speak Spanish, saying a las 9 de la mañana yo estaré volando, okay? Estaré volando, okay, a Londres. It's okay. By 9 o'clock a.m., I will be flying, okay? Will be flying to London, for example, okay? So we use these terms, okay, to speak about different gerunds and infinitives for a future present, okay, perfect, or future perfect, okay, sentence. Thank you very much, and I hope you have understood this. I inviting you to review all your notes, okay, all these guys, because the guys, and mainly our book, okay, our book Summit One, okay. Let's stop sharing this time, all right? And remember, Summit One, we can check on pages 4, 6, 16, 27, 32, 34, and 36, okay? From there to there, we can check if you have any questions, okay, after you have seen this video, okay? Or after seeing this video, you can send me an email, okay? I'll be more than glad to answer any questions that you may have. For now, this is it for me. Thank you very much, and I will stop recording. And I hope you can learn a little bit about this review of our classes, okay? Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week, all right?